One thing you want to make sure is before you put your busted up bag of spawn into the bed, break it up in the bag, and then even open the bag and take a look inside and make sure you don't see any green mold, because I've already checked out 2 bags of the non-mixed that had mold in it, and 1 bag of the bags that I did mix up had some mold in it. And that's probably because of the adding extra water experiments. I'll blame that. So probably won't be doing too much extra water with the morels. But you can see I have them kind of piled up. I'll take the hoe and smooth it out. And these are the unmixed ones. Just looks like plain sawdust with some colonized grain in it. But check out the ones that are mixed. If you can tell, every little white dot, there's just thousands of little white dots that are mini sclerosias. So you can see them. So, should one of those produce a mushroom? I don't know. Here you can see here's a little bit of a larger one. Kind of flat, probably where it was pressed up against the plastic. But each of these bags that I mixed up definitely have thousands and thousands of those little sclerotia. Also too, if you screw up and do put a bag that has mold in it into the bed, just use your hoe and scrape it out as good as you can, and maybe put a little bit extra dirt on the bottom again. Got this first part covered up, just enough dirt to cover up the sawdust. Actually, see, I got a few chunks still sticking out there. So that's how I'm going to treat these first 2 sections. This third section of 12 bags, I'm going to experiment with some paver base to see. Tear it up. Pretty much gravel and clay mixed together. It's wet, so it'll kind of simulate morels coming up around a barn with gravel off the side of a driveway. Situations like that where people find them. So again, it's like another non-nutritive layer for it to pop out of, and I think this will do better than regular gravel because it has a little bit of clay and other various size rock particle in it that give it a little bit more water retention. Alright, I got this gravel section lightly tapped down. Don't want to compact it too much, but you don't want to leave it all loose because it'll probably make things underneath dry out more. This next bed, next section, you see I've already covered up with soil. Same amount of soil on top. But I'm going to take some apples and squish them and put them on top. Maybe lightly bury them so the critters don't at least quickly run off with them. But that, try to simulate a little bit of morels growing in an apple orchard, because I have read that study that showed that higher sugar content in the soil increases the sclerotia size. And for this final bed, I put a little bit later dated spawn in there, so it didn't have as many sclerotia in it. But I spread it a little thinner and I put a bit extra dirt on top. So it's mostly down the center lane and then dirt's piled up well around it. I have 2 bags left of this batch. And I have these 2 apple trees that are young. So I'm going to plant a bag around each one. And probably I'll plant a bag or 2 around all these other ones. I got some I think an apricot and a couple pear trees. I'll have to trim up this winter, but see if I can get some morel action going around fruit trees, since they seem to like that too. So once I get these bags in around there, that'll be enough for this area. And then this back side, I won't have to make a lane as long on the other side of this tree line, because I only got about 40 bags left. I used about 60 bags on this one. But I still have all those ashes back there, and I'll use this back area for ashes experiments. One last thing too, I'm going to take the hose and just lightly water all of this. I don't want to soak it so much that water pools up underneath, just enough to get the soil that's been thrown on top saturated with water. And then that'll probably be the only time I water it, even come spring.